Live from KHOU 11, your news starts now.
4 crosswalks, countless stories. Houstonians fighting to keep a symbol of pride visible despite an order from the governor. A Tennessee plant destroyed in an explosion. 24 hours later, no survivors have been found.
As we get into this, we find it even more devastating than what we thought initially.
The search now a recovery mission as the investigation into the blast gets underway. Federal firings have begun amid the government shutdown, the jobs being slashed.
And another cool night on the way with temperatures dropping into the 50s and 60s. How long will this beautiful weather stick around? The details coming up in the full forecast.
And huzzah! Texas Ren Fest has begun. We are live from the fairgrounds. But first, a breaking traffic alert for you in the Humble area. The northbound lanes of the East Tex Freeway are closed right now. Officers are clearing a major crash there involving 4 vehicles. This is near Townsend, where all traffic is being forced off the freeway. No word on injuries or when the highway will reopen. Good evening to you. I'm Cheryl Mercedes. Thanks for joining us. Right now, the LGBTQIA+ community is pushing back against Governor Greg Abbott's order to remove what he calls political ideologies from public roads. Several gathered today at the crosswalks in Montrose, which will soon be removed. Michelle Choi shows us how community members are making their voices heard.
Flags waving, cars honking. This was the scene Saturday morning at the Pride crosswalks at Westheimer and Taft.
It feels good, and then as you can hear, there's supporters who are driving by, so it feels like we are seen and we are welcome.
Carrie Ann Morrison is president of Pride Houston 365 and organized the gathering.
What message did you want to get across by gathering today?
We're not going to stop. There is absolutely nothing that you can do to erase my pride, to erase my community pride.
The gathering comes just days after Governor Greg Abbott directed transportation officials to ensure cities and counties remove what he calls political ideologies from roadways, citing federal and state safety standards. The order mirrors a federal letter from July urging governors to keep intersections and crosswalks free of political or artistic markings. Metro confirmed this intersection is currently the only location it's working on to comply. Morrison says these crosswalks represent far more than just paint on pavement.
It means that you have a home. It means that you can find friendship. It means that we are visible. It means that we are seen.
She's now hoping to rally support to keep their message alive. Jack Walensky feels the same, a 30-year Montrose resident and president of the Neartown Montrose Super Neighborhood. We first met Jack earlier this week.
You're back here today. Tell me why it was important for you to partake in this gathering.
It's nice to see our community out here. It's nice to see our community voicing what they want. This crossing is like a small part of what our community, but it's a symbol. It's a symbol of unity.
And for resident Luke Carroll, who says he grew up in a conservative Texas town, the crosswalks represent something personal.
The first time I saw this Pride crosswalk coming into Montrose, my very first time, I just started bawling because I figured out there were people who existed who were like me.
Many here are telling me that's what it's all about, being seen and not backing down.
We will fight, whether that is gatherings like this, the parade, or going to City Hall and making sure that our voice is heard, but we will never stop.
In Montrose, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
Cities across the state are working to figure out how they will handle the governor's order. Dallas leaders say they are still reviewing the directive. In San Antonio, the Pride crosswalks are staying for now. According to the San Antonio Express, the mayor says there are no immediate plans to make changes to the roads. Meanwhile, the city of Austin says it will comply with the governor's guidelines, but leaders are trying to determine which locations need to change based on the wording of the letter. This evening, thousands of federal workers are learning they are losing their jobs as the government shutdown drags on. A new court filing shows more than 4,000 federal workers have gotten layoff notices. The biggest hits at Treasury and Health and Human Services, each losing more than 1,000 employees. Education and housing and urban development could each see more than 400 cuts, with hundreds more expected across commerce, energy, homeland security, and the EPA. Many federal employees are expected to receive a partial paycheck this week, but if lawmakers don't pass a spending deal soon, Many of those workers won't get paid. Jen Sullivan explains how it's impacting the economy.
Let's save some for the next people, okay?
Katie Frazier is with her young son, grabbing food for their family of 6.
So tuna's really easy for us.
But this isn't a grocery store. It's a food bank for military families in Virginia. As the government shutdown that started October 1st drags on, many military personnel will soon go without a paycheck, leaving many like Frazier unsure how they're going to feed their families.
We're a one-income family.
She says her husband gets paid every 2 weeks.
If we don't get paid after that, it can start to become a real stressful situation, a real struggle. So,
Roughly 1.4 million federal employees have been furloughed or are working without pay. The Trump administration started layoffs on Friday and warning more will come.
It'll be a lot, and we'll announce the numbers over the next couple of days.
The Trump administration says they will allocate funds to continue paying troops. The shutdown is also causing staff shortages at major airports across the country. Air traffic controllers and transportation security agents are considered essential employees and are required to show up for work. But they're not getting paid.
People call out because they physically cannot come to work because they don't have the financial means to continue to go to work.
The Federal Aviation Administration says 12 facilities that guide planes were short-staffed Friday. The industry trade group Airlines for America saying, quote, it is safe to fly, but ATC staffing shortages strain the system and cause flights to be spaced out, slowing down everything. In some cases, flights may be delayed or even canceled. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
In Houston, veterans, union members, and Congressman Al Green rallied to send the message the VA is not for sale. The group gathered near the Michael DeBakey VA Medical Center, pushing back against proposals they say would privatize veterans' health care and eliminate tens of thousands of VA jobs. The rally came as the federal shutdown entered its second week, leaving thousands of VA employees furloughed or unpaid. Union leaders warned that if the cuts and furloughs continue, care for veterans could be severely impacted.
We're talking about federal employees being caught in the crossfire of Donald Trump's shutdown. That is what is happening. AFGE locals' collective bargaining rights being under attack thanks to the Trump administration. Agencies being gutted and privatized thanks to the Trump administration. We will not stand for it.
When the veterans put their lives on the line to fight for our country and our freedom, they did not privatize it. So Congress, Trump administration, I ask you today, please uphold the vision and the mission of these VA workers and federal employees and keep the VA up and running as well as the federal sector.
Organizers say they plan to keep pressuring Congress until full funding and staffing for VA hospitals are restored. Developing now in Tennessee, no survivors have been found after an explosion leveled an explosives plant. The sheriff of Humphreys County says they are now moving to a recovery mission. At least 16 people were reported missing after the blast, but the number killed and their identities are unclear.
At some point in time, we've got to rip off the Band-Aid. Can I tell you, and I alluded to it yesterday, it's not like working a accident. It's not like working a tornado. We're dealing with explosions. And I would say at this time we're dealing with remains.
The ATF is arriving today to begin its probe. Officials say it could be days, weeks, or even months before foul play is ruled out. Here at home, a man is dead after running from deputies and onto the Beltway in East Harris County. It happened last night after deputies spotted a stolen car linked to a murder case in Louisiana. As deputies moved in at a Walmart near Wallaceville Road, 2 men jumped out and took off running. One man ran onto the freeway, was hit by a car and died. The other was found 2 hours later, hiding in a backyard, and was taken into custody. A road rage incident on the North Freeway ended with the aggressor being shot. Houston police say just before midnight, a driver got out of his car on the North Main entrance ramp and began beating on another vehicle for not moving fast enough. That's when the other driver pulled out a gun and shot him. Investigators say the shooter told them he was defending himself.
He's been very compliant and has a concealed handgun license, and did give that person a warning as well. And, according to him, he feels that he was defending himself in his vehicle.
The victim was rushed to the hospital. We are told he'll be okay. Right now, no charges have been filed. Right now, a 15-year-old with autism who was missing for 6 days is in federal custody. Today, Houston police revealed how Emmanuel Gonzalez was detained. The teen was selling fruit near Clay Road when he went missing last Saturday. He was found the next day when firefighters responded to a welfare check. Police say he told them that he was homeless from another country and had no family. CPS was called and they referred the case to the Office of Refugee Resettlement, which is under the Department of Health and Human Services. Fiel, an advocacy organization, is working with Emmanuel's family to get him back.
We want to report that Emmanuel is in good health. He seems to be physically okay. He is a little bit scared, obviously. He's 15 years old. And he is recounting the events that unfolded.
Advocates are now working to get the family legal help as they wait to find out when Emmanuel can come home. Tonight, National Guard troops, including some from Texas, remain in Illinois. But a federal appeals court says those troops cannot be deployed until all legal challenges are exhausted. The city of Chicago and the state of Illinois have sued to block deployment ordered by President Trump. A lower court blocked the deployment for 2 weeks, but the appeals court did not give a timeline, instead saying the troops do not need to return to their home states until the court orders them to. Happening right now, the Texas Renaissance Festival is back. The annual fan favorite event kicks off today and runs on the weekends through the end of November. Our Orco Manna is live from the festival grounds up in Todd Mission, Orco. How is it out there? I see you've got your full gear out there getting in the spirit.
Yeah, Cheryl, I decided to really hone in on this and make sure that I got into the spirit here. You can tell I'm pretty decked out. I've got all of this gear on, and I also have a sword. That's pretty cool. Take a look at this. Yeah, that's as far as I'm taking it out because I don't want to hurt anyone. But you can see that all of this leather was actually made in-house by the folks at that shop. And that's just one of over 400 shops here on the festival grounds. You can take a look here. It includes everything from food to businesses, shops, and arts and crafts. And you can see that organizers here have transformed this whole 55-acre property into a 16th century village. Now, this is the 51st annual Texas Renaissance Festival, and that's been going on again for 51 years. And a lot of people in our region have made this a tradition, but there are some new things this year. So I want to bring in marketing director Tyler Moyer here. So Tyler, it's the first day of the festival. Tell me how it's been going so far.
It's been going wonderful. The people are excited to be here. They're smiling, they're laughing, they're having a good time. It's a great time all around.
And I mentioned there are some new things this year, so what can you tell us about what folks can expect that's different this time around?
Yeah, we have some new acts like the comics Stunt Juggler, also Rag and Rock, also the River Road Brass. We also have some new vendors, especially Love Chimney Cakes. They have a brand new vendor booth with a 3-story windmill that people can see, and the windmill actually works, and you get some chimney cakes out there. It's really delicious. And just see some additional vendors, some new foods at some of the here are the food places like that, and just try it all.
And you were telling me that this year you're expecting around 550,000 people total over the course of the next 8 weekends. A lot of people who are going to come up here have some questions about traffic and parking. So what are your best tips for them?
Well, the best tip is to always check out our website at texrenfest.com. Look at some information about how to get here, parking information, where to park. Also follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram at texrenfest, and just keep up the latest information about what the parking situations are and the traffic situation as well too.
And you were telling me earlier as well that you've come here for years and years just as a visitor. What's your favorite part about the Texas Renaissance Festival?
I think it's always the people and people that come here, just seeing all the different people in garb and the Renaissance gear, just seeing everything, and the children here in their favorite costumes, and just seeing all the acts and vendors and everything to see here. It is so much to do. I would suggest if you're a first-time comer, or even been here for many years like myself, go check our website, TexasRunFest.com. Plan out your day, check out the schedule of the performers and when they perform. Also, you can't get to everything in one day. So also, you can also go at our campgrounds at the Field and New Market campground, stay overnight, and check out everything you missed the next day on Sunday.
And thank you so much, Tyler. I appreciate it. And he was mentioning that even just being here, you kind of get into the spirit. That's what inspired me to wear all of this here. The Texas Renaissance Festival again continues for the next 8 weekends from now through November 30th, and the grounds close at 8 p.m. Reporting live here in Todd Mission, Cheryl, we're going to send it back to you.
Yeah, we're going to let you go ahead and work on your sword skills out there, or go have so much fun. And I tell you what, I do know a lot of people, especially here at the station, a couple of producers who do enjoy camping out there. I'm glad he mentioned that. Pat, if anything,
you look great.
If anything is going to lure anyone out there this weekend, hey, it's the weather.
It's the weather, yeah.
Absolutely.
So this is the opening weekend.
Yeah.
They couldn't have asked for better weather.
Right.
This is really we're starting to get into the time of year when we do have some of the nicest weather here in Southeast Texas. It's still warm. The humidity takes a step back, and we get those cool overnights. So yeah, more of that on the way. We're going to be cool again for tonight. We had a really beautiful day today. Still very nice out there. Going to be a beautiful evening, mainly clear skies. 89 degrees in the books today, so still above normal, but we're finally out of the 90s at high temperature at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Our low this morning actually got down below the normal. We got down to 61 in the city. A lot of 50s though elsewhere. In fact, look at the numbers this morning across the map. 58 for Tomball, 58 for Conroe, 55 in Cleveland, 57 for Liberty. Notice though, right in the city, we were at 68 degrees, at least 10 degrees warmer than some of these outlying spots. That is the urban heat island effect in full force. So if you live in the city, it wasn't quite as cool as maybe you thought that it was going to be. That's because during the overnight hours, the buildings and all of the concrete and all the roads and the streets and the sidewalks, they all radiate the heat that they gather from the day. So temperatures do stay a little bit warmer in the city, also down 45 towards the coast, but everyone else enjoying upper 50s and low 60s. Right now, it's gorgeous out there. A lot of sunshine, mid 80s across the board, upper 80s for Brenham, upper 70s for Galveston. And again, humidity is non-existent. If you're flying anywhere this evening, no delays at Bush Hobby or any of the other major airports. From coast to coast, we're looking good across the U.S. tonight. Cool nights on the way the next few days. Those are going to be paired with warmer days, so the daytime temperatures don't really take a big hit here. Again, it's just mainly the overnights that are going to be a lot cooler. We do stay dry, though, so that's the one issue that I think we're going to run into here week after week as we go through the rest of the month, is there's not a lot of relief in sight in terms of rain chances for us here. And you can see nothing out there on satellite or radar. We are totally clear, high pressure firmly in charge, only some showers and storms out towards the Carolinas, and then some monsoonal moisture coming in through the desert southwest. But that's pretty much it. Very, very beautiful weather here from the Great Lakes all the way down towards the Gulf Coast. So through the overnight, clear, cool, a north breeze in play for tomorrow. More of the same. Cool start, sunny and warm for the afternoon. We'll do it again for Monday. Still sunny, still warm, still dry, with temperatures in the upper 80s to near 90. So dew point temperatures right now are well into the 50s for pretty much everyone. The only exceptions are down towards the coastal spots. Here's how the dew point temperatures stack up. When you're at 60 or below, it's dry, it's refreshing. That's exactly what we've got out there right now. That's going to set us up for another cool night tonight across a good part of the area. Here's how the trend looks getting into the upcoming week. Notice we don't actually see an increase in our dew points. They stay at least in the not bad or comfortable category all the way through the end of the week and next weekend. So some really, really nice weather sticking around for us here. That will keep the overnight temperatures cool, at least for the first half of the week. I think that humidity will very gradually start to moderate towards the end of the week and the weekend, and so that'll get those overnight temperatures back to about 70 degrees by Friday, but still a great stretch here of those overnight temperatures dropping down into the 60s. Now, the flip side of that coin, like I mentioned, is that we stay dry. No rain chances ahead for the next 5 days, and that's going to cause some problems for our drought situation, which is now just starting to pop up. Moderate drought conditions there in that peach color from northeast Harris into Liberty County, and then back to the west as well. If we continue to go without rain, rain. We're going to see those drought conditions spread across the area. And over the next 7 days, rain is going to be pretty hard to come by here. We're in a bit of a rain hole where all of the storm systems kind of stay up and over us and then out towards the east coast, and we trend very dry here as we go through the next 7 days. In the tropics, things are pretty quiet. What's left of our storm system out here is now gone, so that is just remnant moisture. We've got one tropical wave out here in the middle of the Atlantic with moderate odds for development, but notice the path here expected to curve up to the north and again stay away from any land as we go through the next week. And that makes sense. We're starting to get out of the peak of hurricane season. Now at October 11th, I mean, we are really far removed from peak season, so I don't think we're going to see many more threats here, hopefully, as we go through the next few weeks in the tropics. For tonight, clear and cool, 62 for Inwood Forest, Acres Homes, Gulf Crest, Allendale will do 62 for Alameda as well, 62 for Cypress, 61 for Tomball, 64 at Tascasita, a little bit warmer out towards Galveston Bay, upper 60s for Baytown, LaPorte, and Seabrook, 70 for Palacios, but 60 in Conroe, and I do think we'll see some upper 50s sprinkled in there as well. For tomorrow, sunny and warm, 89 for the Heights, 3rd Ward, Sunnyside, Alameda, Macawa, 90 for Tomball and Cypress. We'll do 87 for LaPorte and Baytown. We'll do 90 for Conroe, 91 for Navasota, and then mid to upper 80s getting down towards the coast with sunshine. All right, there's that 7-day forecast. So pretty much more of the same. A lot of sunshine on the way. Temperatures near 90, overnight temperatures in the 60s, and not a drop of rain in sight. Maybe a couple of extra clouds with a little more humidity by the end of the week. But again, nothing stifling, nothing summer-like here as we go through the next 7 days.
Thanks, Pat. Dry, dry, dry.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for joining us here for KHOU 11 News at 6. We'll have much more for you on TV at 10. See you then.